From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
It's Monday, December 28th, and right now on Good Morning Indiana. The federal government will stay open and more direct payments are coming to financially struggling Americans. We'll have the very latest from Washington.
I can give these vaccines, and that's kind of what I signed up for.
A local nurse is stepping out of retirement and onto the front lines. This morning, why she says the benefit outweighs the risk and her message to other healthcare professionals.
Some people don't have nothing. So whatever we can do to help somebody, that's what we can do.
Working together to help Hoosiers in need, how two women stepped up to put food on the plates of families during the holidays.
Welcome to Good Morning Indiana. This is the last Monday of 2020. And like the rest of our team, I'm ready to say Happy New Year. Let's get this thing moving. Come on, guys.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. The last Monday. So we're going to get through this together, guys. And Megan, it's great to have you on the team as we round out this year and look forward to the next one.
Oh, yeah. Definitely the highlight of my year, you guys. And it looks like we might have a little bit of cold temperatures potentially, Todd, as we go into the new year.
Yeah, you know, it's chilly. It's going to kind of be up and down this week, but no big snowstorms for us. That, I guess, is the good news. We had a little bit of that light snow right before Christmas, giving us that festive feel. Obviously, it all melted, but temperatures cold enough for snow in some locations here this morning. But skies are just cloudy, no precipitation out there. 31 in Peru as well as Indy. 32 is the current temperature in Bloomington. Yesterday evening, we had that gust of wind that came through with the passage of the cold front and had the rain showers as well. The winds continue to subside. We still had some wind gusts a couple hours ago up in the 20 mile per hour range. You notice they have come down. That is the good news. The clouds are in place here this morning, but all the precipitation is now well off to our east. There could be a flurry or two in northern locations here this morning, but without consequence. Not really going to do much, except you'll just see it. Here's the cold front that went through, but that cold front has flipped our weather pattern. Yesterday we were up near 50 degrees or above 50 in some areas. Look at today with the clouds in place. We just hold pretty steady in the 30s. Wind chills will be in the 20s throughout the entire day. We'll talk more about the temperature trend and the storm system for midweek coming up in just a few minutes. But right now, let's get you updated on the roadways here this Monday morning. Lauren.
All right, Todd, thanks. Let's take a look at traffic this morning. This is on the northeast side, I-465, a look near Pendleton Pike. You can see traffic there is picking up by the headlights on your screen, moving northbound and southbound. No crashes, no delays around the metro area, around central Indiana to slow down your Monday morning commute. So, Raphael, Megan, that is good news.
Thanks, Lauren. Well, after nearly a week-long delay, President Trump has signed a coronavirus relief bill into law, along with a government spending bill, Raphael.
And so, Megan, the president's signature does two key things. One, it avoids that government shutdown. The other, it will send another round of direct payments to Hoosiers and Americans across the country. The aid package includes $600 payments to individuals earning less than $75,000 a year. Those earning between $75,000 and $99,000 will also receive some funds, but it will be smaller amounts as the income increases. It also includes extended eviction protection, which is key for so many families. But many, including the president, say the bill does not go far enough to help struggling Americans. Today, the Democrat-led House is set to vote on providing $2,000 in direct payments, but the Senate is unlikely to pass that measure. Lauren?
Raphael, here at 6:05, about 40,000 Hoosiers, we can tell you, have already received their COVID-19 vaccines, and another 50,000 are expected to get their first dose by next Monday. The push to get Hoosiers vaccinated has led to an increased need in healthcare workers, and so our own Kelsey Anderson is joining us live this morning with the story of one local nurse who is stepping back into her scrubs to answer this call for help. Kelsey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Lauren. So I'm assuming when most people retire, they don't ever plan on going back into the field they retired from. But for Kathy Thorpe, a retired nurse, she says that when the governor put the call out for retired nurses to get back in the field, she said she wanted to answer. She says right now the state is speeding up the process to get inactive retired nurses licenses to work once again. Kathy says she is happy to offer assistance, especially when it comes to doing the work of administering vaccines.
Always tried to help out, do wherever I could, where I can. I've been a nurse for like 40 years, and I've always helped out doing different things.
So right now, Kathy is volunteering at a local hospital, helping with the initial screening process when patients come through the door. Now, last week, Governor Holcomb, he extended temporary licensing for healthcare workers. That order applies to retired healthcare professionals, certain healthcare professionals, students, and then out-of-state healthcare professionals. So we have more information on how you can help if you are one of those in that healthcare field. You can go to WRTV.com or the WRTV News app for more information. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, WRTV.
Kelsey, thank you. So we know long waits and curbside appointments, they're just some of the challenges pet owners have to face when visiting the veterinarian these days.
The struggle is real, Lauren, and here at WRTV, we're working to connect you to the resources that will help you as the COVID-19 pandemic continues. We spoke with Dr. Sarah Michelle, the medical director of a new online platform called Voucher, about how they're helping local vets and pet owners. Right now, there are 8 vets located in Indiana and more than 2,100 vets and techs on the platform that you could book a virtual appointment with. With Americans spending more time at home, Dr. Michelle tells us there has been a surge in new pet ownership.
37% more pets, but we don't have 37% more doctors or facilities. We are meeting people where they are. So for those patients or those pet owners where travel to the clinic is particularly challenging, either due to the owners themselves being quarantined or being sick or having mobility issues or risk issues for general public, we meet them here on a Zoom call, essentially.
And Dr. Michelle says the platform provides value to both pet owners and local clinics by allowing them to provide a service and advice in situations that aren't urgent. And you can find out more about Voucher by clicking on this story on the WRTV app.
There is no lack of leadership in central Indiana, which is the great news. The WRTV Jefferson Award for Multiplying Good, it focuses on people who go above and beyond in their service to others. I spent some time with 2 ladies who are simply fed up with people going hungry during the holidays. So every year they do something about it, and here is their story.
All the way to the front. Pull them up. No. Pull them up. Pull them up.
This was Plan B. It's not what organizers had envisioned.
Hey, baby.
This is a crazy year.
Yes, it is.
Good morning.
But the pivot to this drive-thru was the best vehicle to fill a critical need.
Some people don't have nothing. So whatever we can do to help somebody, that's what we should do. Everybody. If the whole community here in Indianapolis work together on that, we can feed a whole lot of people. We really could, a whole lot of people.
And whatever we can do, that's what we want to be able to help the community.
Every year, you'll find Janet Easley and Bobby Jones at the Watkins Family Center in Indianapolis, leading more than 200 volunteers in preparing, packing, and delivering more than 8,000 Thanksgiving meals. The ladies are lovingly known as Aunt Janet and Aunt Bobby. Their mutual goal, to battle hunger with heart and humility.
I say, hold on. God's going to give us the strength we need to keep going, and we just going to have to keep fighting. We just got to get through this journey. It's not going to last always.
I try to do my best in whatever I do.
During this outside event, families received a turkey or a gift card. It was the safest way to serve during this global pandemic and to lead by example.
And even this year is just a testament to the definition of them being leaders. You've got to be some kind of a leader to have volunteers that'll still get out there and still work for you and still want to do and provide for the community like we are.
Before the first vehicle rolled through the line,
You 2 ladies are part of the light.
WRTV surprised Aunt Janet and Aunt Bobby with the Distinguished Jefferson Award for Multiplying Good.
For shedding light on the world, we thank you. There's your Jefferson Award. On one of the wettest during a pandemic, you are a woman who sheds light. We thank you. Well, can we do the bump? Thank you. Thank you.
2 ladies with boundless enthusiasm to share the bounty of the day without boasting, but basking in what people can accomplish when there's a plan with a purpose. Working for you, Rafael Sanchez, WRTV. A big congratulations to Aunts Janet and Bobby. You can nominate someone that you know who's making a difference for a Jefferson Award. We hope that you'll do that. Just go to our website, theindychannel.com. Better yet, how about going to WRTV.com, since we've sort of updated that. And of course, select the menu and the life section and click on Multiplying Good. Two great ladies making doing great things in Indianapolis, but we know there are many more, so please nominate someone if you can.
Wonderful
Megan?
story, Ralph. Thank you. Well, new details coming out this morning about the Christmas Day bombing in Nashville, Tennessee, when we're learning about the man accused of being behind the blast. And Todd.
Yeah, as we round out the year here across central Indiana and everywhere, I guess, for that matter. Here in central Indiana, though, we will be dealing with a storm system. It's dry today, but rain chances ramp up Tuesday into Wednesday, and it could end as a little bit of snow on Thursday. We'll break it all down for you coming up when Good Morning Indiana continues right here on WRTV.
Studio at Value City Furniture.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. The time right now is 6:14 on your Monday. We have some new details this morning in that Christmas Day explosion in Nashville, Tennessee. Investigators are now calling this a suicide bombing, Raphael.
And Lauren, ABC's Avery Harper has more on the man accused of setting off that explosion in downtown Nashville and the officers who rushed to the scene to save lives.
This morning, new traffic camera footage showing the moment an explosion rocked downtown Nashville. Shortly after 1 a.m. Christmas morning, this RV seen parked outside the AT&T building. Authorities viewing this surveillance video of the RV and an ominous warning. Along with a 60s pop song.
And it's downtown by Petulia Clark.
Investigators are now looking into Anthony Warner's psychiatric and medical history for clues to a motive.
That he was present when the bomb went off and that he perished in the bombing.
Following the explosion, agents could be seen carrying out bags of evidence from a home associated with him and reportedly exploring whether he may have been motivated by a paranoia over 5G cellular technology. Meanwhile, 6 Nashville police officers are now describing the moments before Friday's explosion. One of them was Officer Brenna Hosey, who helped a mother of 4 evacuate.
She said, okay, let me get my kids. And that kind of just like put my heart up in my throat.
The force of the blast left Officer James Wells with temporary hearing loss.
And then I hear a loud boom. And as I'm stumbling, because it rocked me that hard, I started stumbling. I just tell myself to stay on your feet, stay alive.
The Rasmussen family made it out of their home just in time.
As we're driving away, this massive explosion. I mean, it's this huge. I mean, I was looking forward driving and I hear the sound and the whole car shifts.
Officials say they're working to determine if the AT&T building where that RV was parked was the bomber's intended target. Avery Harper, ABC News, Washington.
Back here at home, an Indianapolis man has been arrested after robbing a Walgreens and leading police on a high-speed chase in Hamilton County. This happened Saturday evening just before 8. Officers were called to investigate an armed robbery on South Range Line Road. Shortly after, the suspect led officers on a chase. He then crashed his car on the Plum Creek Golf Course property and ran away. Police later found the man and took him to the Hamilton County Jail. 2 small children were also in his vehicle and taken to a local hospital with minor injuries.
Come take a good look at your screen right now. Detectives out in Vigo County are looking for this man. They say he may be in Indianapolis. 29-year-old Philip Adderson is accused of murdering 38-year-old Sarah Henderson. The body was found in a storage unit in Terre Haute on Christmas Day. Police are looking for Adderson, who is described as being 6'4" tall, weighing about 200 pounds with blonde strawberry hair. They say he may be driving a silver Dodge Caliber with damage to parts of the car. If you see him or if you know where he might be, you're asked to call the Vigo County Sheriff's Office at 812-462-3226, extension 7304. That number is on the bottom of your screen. Again, call them if you know anything. The time right now is 6:18. It is Monday after the Christmas holiday. And Todd, what do we have in store in the forecast?
You know, it's going to kind of be an up and down week as far as temperatures go and storm systems go. Today's pretty quiet across the area, Lauren, but we're not going to see much of of anything in the way of sunshine, and because of that, temperatures are going to be pretty steady. Now, we'll spike to near 50 by Wednesday, only to come back down as we start the new year. And a lot of times when we have these up and down temperatures, we also have some storm systems heading our way, and we do have one for Wednesday, eventually into the day on Thursday. So as we work our way throughout the course of the day today, the clouds are in place across the area. The temperatures sit at or just below freezing in many locations, 32 in Martinsville as well as Bloomington, 31 in Indy. As you work your way up into the Tipton area, 30 degrees. Richmond, you now dip down into the upper 20s. You factor in the wind, which thankfully has subsided and come down, but it still feels like it's in the low to mid 20s. And unfortunately, wind chill values are going to be in the 20s here throughout the entire day today. So I'll show you the actual temperatures, and you notice it's just pretty steady throughout the morning hours, and by the noon hour we're back up to 32. Our high temperature today occurred just after midnight, so the temperatures that you'll see on the 7-day planning forecast and here that I have listed as highs for you are going to be our afternoon highs, not the official highs that will go into the record books. There's the front that went through yesterday. It's now pushing through central Pennsylvania. We got that quick burst of rain and the gusty winds. Those winds again continue to die down, but the wind direction will not change, and that's what's going to keep our temperatures from warming combined with the cloud cover around. 33 today in Lafayette, about 32 in Anderson, 34 the high temperature in Muncie, low to mid 30s through the central portion of the state. You can pick your community there, and about 36 in Bedford as well as Columbus. This evening, this is when things start to change, because what's going to happen is the clouds will start to clear out later on tonight. And as soon as the skies clear, temperatures are going to fall from the 30s down into the 20s under a partly cloudy sky, and then we'll continue to see our temperatures drop all the way down into the teens and 20s as we start the day tomorrow. 22 in Bloomington, 21 in Indy, 18 will be your morning low as you work your way up into the Peru area. A very, very cold start, but a dry start to our Tuesday. I'll fast forward to Tuesday evening because you'll see the clouds increase throughout the day tomorrow. And tomorrow evening, there could be some light snow showers in northern locations. Not a huge deal for us. Could be an isolated slick spot, but not much in the way of accumulation. And whatever does fall will melt away as temperatures rise into the morning hours on Wednesday. And again, Wednesday is going to be near 50, but it has the potential to be pretty wet across the area. Some areas could see maybe an inch of rain as the system comes through. And then on the back side of it, as the cold air comes in, that's when we'll change over to a little bit of snow. But most of the moisture should be off to the east by the time that transition happens, so we're not expecting much in the way of accumulation across the area, but it's something I'll keep an eye on for you as we get a little bit closer. New Year's Eve, some rain and or snow showers. New Year's Day, warm enough for just rain showers at 46 degrees. And then for the first weekend of 2021, temperatures pretty seasonable across central Indiana, Megan, with highs in the mid to upper 30s.
Wonderful. Thanks, Todd. Well, how would you like to get out of your house and go see some Christmas lights? Right now is your chance to win a family voucher to Christmas Nights of Lights at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. The Night of Lights features 1 million lights synchronized to Christmas music. It runs through January 3rd. To win, just be the 6th caller right now. That number is 317-269-1459. And if you don't win now, we are giving away more tickets in just a few minutes. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. It is 6:24 here on your Monday. Megan, Raphael, this is the time where we talk about what is trending at 6. So, Raphael, kick us off.
So, Lauren, as you know, we have some honorary viewers here on Good Morning Indiana. They include J-Lo and Garth Brooks, Guns N' Roses, and of course, Beyonce is a faithful honorary viewer of this program. Of course, dozens of families in need will soon get some financial help from the Queen herself, the Queen Bee. That is, Beyonce is donating $500,000 to people facing evictions. The Be Good Foundation will give $5,000 to individuals and families facing foreclosures or evictions. An online application process opens up on January the 7th. The foundation has already given $10,000 $1,000 grants to over 250 small businesses in the wake of the pandemic. She is an amazing performer, and also we thank her for her philanthropy. Megan?
Oh, love Beyonce. And Raphael, Wonder Woman soared straight to the top of the box office this weekend.
Okay.
The sequel to the 2017 Wonder Woman 1984, had the biggest box office debut of any film during the pandemic. This is despite being released the same day on the streaming service HBO Max. The movie took the top spot with 16.7 million views. Tom Hanks in the Old West Odyssey, News of the World, opened in second with 2.4 million. Animated family film The Croods, you gotta help me out with that. The New Era, I haven't seen it yet.
Me neither.
Rounded out the top three, making $1.7 million.
I feel like we haven't talked about box offices and theaters in forever.
Yeah, it's good to see a movie doing well.
Right. Okay, so get ready for the new year, guys. Times Square, they're getting ready to ring in the new year. Going to your hometown, Raphael. The crews have started setting up the stages for live performances during this year's Ball Drop. The event closed to the public because of the pandemic, but there will be a live stream available online. You can watch it on TV like all of us Hoosiers always do. Grammy-nominated singer Andrew Day will headline. Other performances include Gloria Gaynor, Pitbull, Jennifer Lopez, and Machine Gun
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking
J-Lo
about.
fan right here.
Oh, my goodness. All our favorites. Todd, what can we expect as we head into the week leading up to the new year?
You know, it's going to be kind of topsy-turvy here across central Indiana. We have a storm system that'll bring us rain, maybe a little bit of snow, but temperatures will go from very chilly today to near 50 as we start to work our way into the middle of this week. This morning, we are sitting in the 30s, 30 in Tipton, 32 in Bloomington, 29 in Richmond. When you factor in the wind, it does feel even a little bit colder across the area. Here's where we're going later on this afternoon with temperatures that will be well, these are not the right temperatures for us. Somebody obviously changed my map while I was on vacation, Raphael. We will be in the 30s, not in the 40s and 50s across the area. So I'll update those numbers for you here coming up, but no precipitation in the forecast today.
Todd would like those numbers anyway. We'll enjoy those numbers, even though they may not be the right ones. We'll take them. In consumer news this morning, despite the pandemic, holiday retail sales, they were up this year, which is the good news. And that's according to a report out this morning from MasterCard Spending Plus. Industry experts say more people bought holiday gifts in advance this year instead of waiting until the last minute. That might be due to a longer shopping season with deals starting much earlier this year because of COVID-19. Online spending was up about 50%, and the pandemic is boosting sales of furniture and home improvement items.
And Raphael, speaking of the holidays, one of the most popular gifts this year is the gift card. According to the National Retail Federation's annual holiday survey, 49% of people say they plan to purchase between 3 and 4 of them for gifts. The survey says a total of $27.5 billion was spent on gift cards, but some of that money tends to go to waste. Another survey found that 25% of adults let their gift cards expire and 22% end up losing them. So put them in a safe place.
From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
It's 6:30 on your Monday morning, and this is your news feed. One person in the hospital following a shooting on the east side of Indianapolis. This happened around 11:30 Sunday night, this near East 10th Street and North Oakland Avenue. Police say the victim is in serious condition and is expected to survive. The late-night shooting happened just down the street from where a man was shot and killed last Tuesday.
Indiana's 50th Safe Haven baby box will be unveiled later today out in Danville. The box is at the Danville Fire Station 192 along Twin Bridges Road. Safe Haven baby boxes allow a mother to anonymously surrender her newborn, and it alerts officials to care for the baby immediately. This is the first baby box installed out in Hendricks County.
The Colts' playoff chances are up in the air after losing to the Steelers on Sunday, but they still have hope. The Horseshoe can make the postseason if they win next week, and if either the Titans, Browns, or Ravens or Dolphins lose. The Colts will host the Jaguars at Lucas Oil Stadium coming up.
And here at 6:30, I want to thank you for joining our team on Good Morning Indiana, the start of a brand new work week for a lot of people. And Megan, we have the whole team here together.
Yes, we do. At last, Todd Clausen here in the studio, but of course, Raphael working remotely, holding down the fort there.
So, Todd Clausen, I've been stalking you on Instagram, and let me just say that I did enjoy, first of all, welcome back. It's great to have you back with the fam. I enjoyed your pictures with the family, sledding and enjoying family time like the rest of us. That was awesome.
Yeah, you know, got home to see the family, and so, you know, I have a niece and 2 nephews, so yeah, we did some sledding, went hiking with my sister, and then my nephew's into frisbee golf, so we got all these frisbee golf, so I was tramping through the woods throwing frisbees, or discs, I guess they call them, across the area. But, it's always good to be back with my family here on Good Morning Indiana as well. We're starting off with cloudy skies across the area on this Monday. As far as temperatures go, we're hovering right around the freezing mark, but most of the moisture is out of the area, so you don't have to worry about any precipitation today, with maybe the exception of an isolated flurry. But the problem here is going to be the wind, and not so much the wind speed. They have come down from where they were yesterday evening when the front went through. It's the wind direction that's an issue. It's out of the northwest, and that's just going to prevent us from warming much at all throughout the course of the day. Here's that flurry chance to the north. Otherwise, just lots of clouds present across the area, and the clouds will hang pretty tough throughout the day today. In fact, they probably won't break apart until closer to sunset later on this evening. And because of the clouds and the wind, notice the temperatures, they just really don't do a whole lot. We hit our high temperature for the day today right after midnight when we were still in the 40s in most locations, even some 50s. So that's what's going to go into the record books. But this afternoon's highs, unfortunately, Lauren, only going to be in the low 30s. And when you factor in the wind, it's going to feel like it's in the 20s. So bundle up.
All right, Todd, good advice there. And let's take a look at traffic this morning, taking you up to Hamilton County. Good morning to you in Carmel. Here's a look in your area. US 31 here, a view near Range Line Road where traffic there on the highway is traveling smoothly northbound and southbound. It's been a really quiet Monday morning drive between the 2 holidays, maybe a little bit quieter out there than a normal Monday. That is good news, though, if you do have to head out to work early this morning. Raphael?
So on this Monday, Lauren, an investigation now underway after someone vandalized a nativity scene outside a downtown church on Christmas Day.
That's right, Raphael. And the pastor at St. John Catholic Church says the damage to the characters was discovered on Saturday. Each year, the display is up outside of the church located on Georgia Street near the convention center. And the pastor says he has witnessed people stopping with children at the display, explaining why people celebrate Christmas. He calls it a bright spot in the heart of the city and has this message for the person responsible for the vandalism.
To whoever did this, that they're always welcome here at our church, and we forgive them for any wrongdoing, but that, you know, they should take responsibility and injustice of the damage that was done. Our congregation, our faithful people are saddened by it or discouraged, but at the same time, they're hopeful that anytime we have a chance to pray for somebody that's lost in this world, away from God and away from His church, that we have a chance to pray them back to Him.
The church's security company is reviewing surveillance video to try to figure out who destroyed the characters. The pastor says IMPD is also involved. If you know anything about what happened, call a Crime Stoppers number.
It is 6:34 on your Monday, and as the holidays come to a close, it's soon going to be time to recycle your Christmas tree. And we want you to know there are designated recycling spots at 8 Indianapolis parks. Those are going to remain open through January 31st. So trees should be left at the specially designated areas at those drop-off locations. As a reminder, the ornaments, lights, tinsel, those all need to be taken off your tree, and they do need to be real trees, so don't throw your fake tree in there. You can find more information on this story by going to WRTV.com and checking the WRTV News app. Raphael?
That is a great city service, Lauren. Thank you. A local nurse answering the call and rejoining the front line. Ahead this morning while she's putting her scrubs back on and encouraging others to do the same.
Plus, a busy highway in Morgan County will shut down in just a few days. Coming up, we're helping you plan for this long-term closure.
Let's go places.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. We are working for you with an important traffic reminder this morning. Starting on Saturday, State Road 37 down in Martinsville, it's scheduled to be closed for most of 2021. This closure will stretch from State Road 39 on the south end of town to Morgan Street to north of State Road 44. The new access road is open in the area, connecting New Harmony Road at Cragen Road with Centennial and Egbert Roads. Now, the detour to get you around this is quite lengthy, so you'll need to give yourself that extra time. You'll take State Road 39 through Martinsville to State Road 67 north and then cut back over on State Road 144 through Mooresville area and the opposite direction if you're heading southbound. So just keep that in mind. Downstate, the construction of a bridge carrying I-69 over Ohio River. It's expected to take steps forward in the year 2021. That's according to the Evansville city leaders. It's the biggest step would be a federal approval for a route carrying the interstate across the river. How to pay for the $1.5 billion bridge, it's still up in the air at this time, though initial plans included the possibility of using tolls to pay for this project. Of course, we'll keep you updated.
Thanks, Lauren. Well, help is finally on the way for millions of Americans nearly 1 week after calling the coronavirus relief bill, or calling for it. President Trump signed the bill late Sunday night. It follows days of chaos triggered by the president's 11th hour demand for bigger stimulus checks. In addition to greenlighting the new round of direct payments, the president's signature restarts lapsed unemployment benefits and dodges a looming government shutdown. Some Republicans criticized the president for not raising his objections earlier.
I understand he wants to be remembered for advocating for big checks, but the danger is he'll be remembered for chaos and misery and erratic behavior if he allows this to expire.
I'm glad he's signing it because it's going to help a lot of people, but it does point up the frustration of his approach to the presidency.
The Democratic-led House plans to vote today to increase stimulus payments to $2,000. Good Morning America will have much more on the bill coming up in about 20 minutes.
The push to get Hoosiers vaccinated has really led to an increase in the need for more healthcare workers here in our state. WRTV's Kelsey Anderson is live this morning with how one local nurse is stepping up, of course, to answer the call to help. Kelsey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Raphael. So we talked to Kathy Thorpe, and she says she never imagined as a retired nurse that she would be back working again on the front lines, especially during a pandemic. But she says when Governor Holcomb put out the call late last week for more healthcare workers to get back in on the front line, she said she wanted to answer. She says right now the state is speeding up the process to get inactive retired nurses licenses to work once again. Kathy says she is happy to offer assistance, especially when it comes to doing the work of administering vaccines.
My license is considered retired, and when they talked about how they were going to bring retired nurses back to help out, I knew I couldn't work critical care. Everything's changed so much, but I can give these vaccines, and that's kind of what I signed up for. I thought I can give these virus shots, that we have out there. So that's what I thought I would do.
Right now, Kathy is volunteering at a local hospital helping with the initial screening process when patients come through the door. Now, last week, Governor Holcomb extended temporary licensing for healthcare workers, and that order applies to retired healthcare professionals, certain healthcare students, and out-of-state healthcare professionals. So for more information on how you can sign up to help, head over to WRTV.com or just by using the WRTV News app. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, WRTV.
We thank Kathy and all healthcare workers for their service. Kelsey, thank you. AstraZeneca's chief executive says that they're confident that their vaccine will work against COVID-19's strain being seen right now in the United Kingdom. The CEO says their team of researchers have found a, quote, winning formula. IU School of Medicine is currently participating in the trials for AstraZeneca's vaccine. It has proven to be about 70% effective in making sure that people don't contract COVID-19. That is compared to the one developed by Pfizer and BioNTech, which has proven to be about 95% effective.
Raphael, this morning, CVS Health will begin administering the coronavirus vaccine here in Indiana. The vaccines will be distributed at more than 1,000 nursing homes and assisted living facilities across the state. Health officials say the plans give 140,000 Hoosiers the opportunity to be vaccinated. Last night, CVS Health started administering coronavirus vaccines in 12 states.
Well, winter weather is impacting outdoor dining for restaurants across central Indiana. Still ahead, how one local business is getting creative to battle the cold. Todd.
And Lauren, we're starting the work week off chilly here across the area with temperatures that are going to be in the 30s and wind chills that will be in the 20s. But as we head towards the middle of the week, you see the temperatures, they spike to near 50 degrees. It turns mild, but it also turns fairly wet across the area as the storm system heads our way. We'll break it down for you and look ahead to your 2021 forecast as well. Coming up when Good Morning Indiana continues right here on WRTV.
Today.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. Colder weather right here in our state is impacting some local businesses relying on outdoor seating, as you know, throughout this pandemic. In McCordsville, the team at family-owned Daniel's Vineyard is continuing to come up with unique ways to get their wine and food in the hands of you. They've created a quarantine wine kit that includes wine, chocolate, and toilet paper delivered by their newly created character, Grape Kelly. Also, for the first time, they have a pop-up store at the Fashion Mall right here in Indianapolis.
It's bring us like a lot of exposure because a lot of people coming in they're like, we've never heard of Daniel's before, or we have, but we've never been there. And so it's kind of a cool way to get our name out there as well.
I mean, we have a full kitchen. So the opportunity again presented itself to, hey, how can we still, even though, you know, the cold weather is here and the second surge is hit, how can we still continue to approach the community? So we created Daniel's at Your Doorstep. And with that, our chef and his team create pizzas, you know, salads, sandwiches, breadsticks, you name it. And you can actually go online and order those items, and we can again bring them to your front door.
Creativity at work, and of course, shop local and dine local. The final days for the pop-up shop are Wednesday and Thursday of this week. If you want to support the vineyard, the quarantine kits and the Daniel's at Your Doorstep delivery is available for Marion, Hamilton, and Hancock counties. Megan?
Thanks, Raphael. Well, this morning, cold weather has killed a homeless man in northern Indiana. South Bend officials say a 59-year-old man died from hypothermia on Thursday. The man has been reportedly missing for 2 weeks. Officials say he was well known to officials. A store clerk found the man in an abandoned gas station across the street. Authorities say the man had medical issues and trouble walking. Time now is 6:47. Time for a check with Todd Clausen. Looking at that weather, that's a beautiful view out there.
It is a beautiful view. If you look closely here, Megan, you can see the lights at the Indianapolis Zoo, a beautiful place to check out the Christmas light display. Unfortunately, we have quite a bit of cloud cover out there here this morning, and unfortunately, that cloud cover is not really going to move much at all throughout the day. I think it's probably not until late afternoon this evening that we start to break the clouds apart and we start to bring in maybe a little bit of sunshine before we get to sunset. It feels like 23 right now when you factor in the wind, but thankfully that wind continues to die down. The wind's out of the northwest now at 8 miles per hour. When I came in this morning a little before 4 o'clock, the winds were still gusting up in the 20-mile-per-hour range. So there's been some improvement over the last few hours. The problem is those winds will be out of the northwest throughout the entire day. So temperatures are in the 30s now all across the area. In fact, you see many locations are below freezing, and we'll only see our temperatures go up a little bit here this afternoon, 32 to maybe 35 degrees for our afternoon highs. But when you factor in the wind, it's going to feel even a little bit colder. Wind chills this morning are in the 20s, and I think wind chill values will stay in the 20s here as we work our way throughout the entire day. So many people, I think, take off this week. If you're doing things with the kiddos throughout central Indiana, you're definitely going to need to bundle up, as your wind chill values throughout the entire day will probably stay right around that 22 to 23 degree range for most of us. As far as precipitation goes, can't rule out the chance chance of a flurry here in northern locales, but otherwise we're just dealing with the clouds. The significant precipitation is now off to our east with the cold front. That's what came through with that burst of wind and rain yesterday evening between 8 and 9 o'clock. As far as your hour-by-hour temperature breakdown, again, not much changes from the morning into the afternoon, right around the freezing mark, and then as we work our way into the 5 o'clock hour, the temperature is only at 31 degrees with skies that'll be mostly cloudy. This evening, temperatures will start to drop off pretty quickly. The clouds will break apart late this afternoon and into the evening hours. Once that happens and we start to bring the clearer skies in, our temperatures will be in the 20s, and then tomorrow morning when you wake up, we're in the teens and 20s across the area with the clear skies, so it's very, very cold tomorrow morning. In fact, tomorrow morning is going to be the coldest temperature that we probably have throughout the entire week. Now tomorrow, with a little bit of sunshine to start the day, we'll see our temperatures warm to 31 by the time we get to the noon hour, and then 34 degrees will be our high temperature. Late tomorrow evening, a little bit of a light wintry mix will start to work its way into the area in northern locations. Could briefly be a slick spot out there, but what's going to happen is the temperatures are going to come up into Wednesday morning, and Wednesday has the potential to be a pretty wet day, as you see here across the area. It's a day you'll definitely want to have the umbrella handy, and then eventually some snow on the backside of the system, but the bulk of at least the heavier precipitation should be out of the area by the time that colder air comes in. But nonetheless, we'll keep an eye on for Thursday morning, New Year's Eve. There could be some slick spots across the area, and then New Year's Day, Lauren, up to 46 degrees with scattered rain showers across the area.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Well, we're keeping a close eye on your roads this morning, this Monday after the holiday, and it's been pretty quiet. This is a live look right now. Downtown I-65 and I-70 at the North Split. This is westbound I-70, Meridian Street, Pennsylvania Street right there. Things are picking up, but traveling smoothly. As you can see, no crashes to report around the metro area at this early hour. Megan?
All right, thank you, Lauren. And if you're looking for a boost to start the new year, the Mega Millions and Powerball jackpots may help provide just that. Both of the jackpots are sitting at more than $360 million right now. Mega Millions is at $376 million. Powerball is at $363 million. Mega Millions draws tomorrow with Powerball drawing on Wednesday. Lottery experts say if you do play, make sure you do so responsibly.
And we all know that you'll be watching Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest to ring in 2021. So what could make the party even more joyous? How about Billy Porter co-hosting? But before New Year's Eve, he is performing live coming up this morning on Good Morning America. Raphael?
And by the way, if I win the Powerball, I'm sharing. So all of you are coming with me wherever we're going. Hawaii. But first, do you want to get out of the house right now and see some Christmas lights later this evening? This is your chance to win a family voucher to Christmas Nights of Lights at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. When the music starts, you know it's time to win something. The Night of Lights features 1 million lights synchronized to Christmas music, and it runs all the way through January the 3rd. What do you have to do? Be the 6th caller right now. The number there on your screen, 317-269-1459. Good luck. And the day's top stories up next, right here on WRTV.
Time now is 6:55. Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana.
Meteorologist Todd Clausen will have a first glimpse into your 2021 in just a few minutes.
But first, your top stories on this Monday. Let's head west of Indianapolis. Vigo County officials continue to search for a man wanted in a Christmas Day homicide. 29-year-old Philip Patterson, accused of murdering 38-year-old Sarah Henderson. Her body was found in a storage unit. Police believe Patterson may be driving a silver Dodge Caliber with damage to parts of that vehicle.
Raphael, an Indianapolis man, faces charges after a robbery and a police chase in Hamilton County. On Saturday, officers were called to investigate an armed robbery at the Walgreens on South Rangeline Road. Shortly after, the suspect led officers on a chase. He crashed his car at Plume Gulf Creek course and ran before police caught him.
And thousands of Hoosiers are back home after traveling for the holidays. Later today, we're going to find out just how many people traveled today today. On Saturday, TSA officials screened more than 1.1 million passengers. The number is down, though, compared to the 2.4 million people screened on the same day in the year 2019. All right, let's get that look at our forecast, our last week of 2020, Todd.
Yeah, you know, just like the whole year has been, it's going to be kind of up and down here as we go forward the next couple days weather-wise. Today's pretty chilly at 33 degrees with cloudy skies. Not much in the way of sunshine today. Tomorrow morning, 36 degrees. And then as we work our way into the middle of the week, that's when the storm system arrives. It's mainly rain on Wednesday. Could end as a little bit of light snow early Thursday morning on New Year's Eve. And then as we go forward in the forecast, as we go to New Year's Day, 46 degrees with some rain showers across the area. And then the first full weekend of 2021. Pretty seasonable across the area with temperatures in the mid-30s.
All right, Todd, thanks. And we are back right here in 25 minutes and throughout Good Morning America with news, weather, and traffic updates. Remember, all your news can be found throughout the day on the WRTV News app. We'll leave you here with a live look at Christmas at the zoo. It looks like all lit up early this morning. Thanks for joining us and watching Good Morning Indiana. Have a great day.